Hello, friends. I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? I hope it's fantastic. Everything here is very good. I've had a very busy work week, which is good for me. I enjoy having very busy work weeks. I've taken on a new project that I need to oversee as a project manager, and maybe even help on. I don't know yet, but and then on top of the other 3 or 4 projects that are just ongoing projects, it's a bit weird, but it's been good. I enjoy working like that. I've always enjoyed being busy, and I think we've talked about this before. This book thing, I first of all, I almost deleted yesterday's video. Reading from this is just so cringy and so embarrassing. Anyway, this book project, I feel like for the last 14 years, almost 15 years of my life, I've been involved in education in some way, shape, or form. Previous job, I worked for K-12, K through 12 schools as an IT tech, and in my current job, we mostly work for colleges, but I also have K-12. The software that I write and support, manage, it helps colleges and K-12. Regardless, I've basically been working in education for 14 years now, and I always find the start of the fall semester, so that July, August, September, October timeframe is always just super dense. There's tons of people asking tons of questions. Everybody gets settled in by October, and then there's very little going on until, like around this time in the spring. And so through the winter, I find these lulls in my, people aren't asking me questions constantly. They've settled into their routine for the year, and that's going to be the routine for their school year, and they just kind of go through it. In the springtime, around this time, is when people start asking professional learning questions. So my company, my side job, my software that I sell, I get questions. I get people. I'm trying to log into my thing. I can't get because they have, they have to have all this training done by June 1st or whatever, and so they're trying to get me to help them get logged in or get stuff sorted. So there's this bump. But right now, we have a couple of projects that are kind of best suited for when school is not super active, and so we've just been, it's been really busy. It's a really weird time, but I appreciate it because something like this project that I'm working on, this usually gets born out of boredom. Like, not that my life is, there's nothing going on in my life. Just there's a level of productivity that I'm used to, and when it dips because I don't have my day job isn't just pounding me with work constantly. My side jobs aren't pounding me with there's just like, well, now what do? I end up trying to exercise some aspect of myself, and it's generally artistic. It's generally woodworking or whatever, writing, whatever it might be. So having this ongoing project, this ongoing book publishing writing project, it's weird because I'm not slow. Things aren't slow right now. In fact, they're very busy right now, but here I am plowing through trying to get some stuff finished. And it's a weird time. I appreciate it, though. I appreciate it a lot. I think it's good. I think that I've been kind of when I first started K-12, 2010, I was 2 years away from my first board game getting published, like officially published. I had published it as a print and play in like 2008, 2007 maybe, 2008 I sent it to a publisher. 2012 it finally got published. So in 2010 I started my career with K-12. I started college. I spent about a year and a half getting an associate's degree. And then that summer is when my board game hit. So 2012, my board game hit. And then from that point forward, for quite a number of years, it was, this is what I want to do with my life. I want to design games. I want to be in the game industry. I want to work with publishers or at a publisher. I want to develop. I want to whatever. And I was just like, go, go, go. I'd go to work. I would do all the work I could possibly do to get it out of the way. I've always been that kind of person. Like, let's just do all the work at the top of the day, and then we have whatever. And so I would work and then just work on games. Work on games. Work on games. Work on this channel. Work on the gaming channel. Work. Like, I was trying to find my outlet for years and years and years. And then everything fell apart. And I became kind of complacent. I became just like, well, this is who I am and this is where I'm at in my world, and I don't really have a whole lot of control over it, because for years I had tried to assert control and just failed over and over and over. My board game didn't take off. My next design never got signed. My next design never got signed. I've never signed a board game since. I've tried. That dream, I discovered that the gaming industry doesn't have, it can't support my salary, like what I need to make. That money doesn't exist in that industry, unless you're, in very rare cases does that money exist in that industry. Not that I make a ton of money, but I make enough that it's exclusionary in that industry. Like, you're getting paid $30,000 to $40,000 working in the board game industry. I can't live off that. I could if I sold my house and everything, but whatever. So I kind of just became complacent and let myself freely experience creativity without without a target. And so for the last 6 or 7 years, it's been that way. It's been just like, I'm going to just freely allow myself the breath and not try to achieve anything. Like, just see if something happens. And you know what? It never will. Like, that's just not how success works in anything. You have to apply it continuously, and I haven't been. And so going at it with this project, along with all of the work, has been refreshing. It feels a little bit like the old days, but not to the scary level. I've said it before, I'm pretty sure back then I was manic. I'm pretty sure I was having an episode, and it was not a healthy time in my life. I don't ever want to go back to that, but I do want to continue chasing dreams. I don't want to stop having them. And I think this is part of it. And reading that poem to you yesterday was more, I didn't really emphasize it too much in the video, but it was about letting go of that stupid ego that tells you you're an idiot, this isn't good enough, and just putting it out into the world. Because, this isn't good. This is objectively bad poetry. This is objectively bad subject matter. This is objectively bad. There's no denying it. It's not good. And I need to let go of it so that I'm not... I need to accept that the kid who wrote this, the 15-year-old who wrote this, is not representative of the 45-year-old I am today. This isn't me on this page. This is something else. And that's okay. And I can be okay with it. And I can share it with the world and not be embarrassed about it. Because I'm 30 years removed from this. That's important. It's an important part for me to remember. So, thank you for letting me share it with you. And thank you for the feedback and the encouragement. Because this project is... ultimately this project is kind of a direct result of the support that you guys have all shown me over the years. So thank you. As always, I say that so damn much, but I can't emphasize it enough. Yeah. Thank you for being here as always. Oh, by the way, it's my 1-year anniversary. Legal marriage was this day last year, so that's pretty cool. Happy anniversary to my beautiful, amazing, wonderful wife, Malia. I gave her a card. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends and wonderful people. I really appreciate you. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Today's word you should know sounds smart. It's veritable. It's an adjective meaning genuine, the real thing, a perfect specimen, or example. For me, the child is a veritable image of becoming, of possibility, poised to reach towards what is not yet, towards a growing that cannot be predetermined or predescribed. Maxine Green, American philosopher and educator. Veritable. Veritable. I always, I guess that's, yeah, okay, the perfect specimen. That's how I always thought of it, as like, the textbook example of